Okay, so here's two more hitters I'm going to use to demonstrate proper lower body mechanics. And on the left I got A-Rod, on the right we got Joey Votto. Okay, so now here goes A-Rod. Let's just breeze through his linear move. Okay, so you see how his hips, his mass of his body are moving forward. And he likes to open up prior to his foot hitting the ground, right? So his foot hasn't hit the ground. You start to see his front knee roll open. That's going to open up his hip. Now his heel's down. Now his heel's down, and his foot is probably past 45 degrees, almost pointing straight at the pitcher. You see how his back knee advanced on that stride, and he got to the inner edge of his back foot. Okay, got to the inner edge of his back foot, and now he's going to start to go into rotation. His lead knee, his left knee, will continue outward. Okay, slightly continued outward, and he starts his rotation of his back knee down and forward. You see how his back heel is coming up off the ground. Okay, now he's going to go into what we call a hip drive, and he's going to drive his front knee backwards and his left knee forward, and he's going to close the distance between his knees. His knees get very close together now. He's a hitter where his back foot again is off the ground at contact. His heel definitely came up off the ground. He's heel above toe, and he rotates his hips and drives his back knee forward through the baseball. Alright, now let's go over to Joey Votto. See, very similar. Let's see his linear move. He lifts and shifts forward. Okay, he goes into toe touch. His foot's pretty closed right there. And now as he drops down, he's almost at 45 degree. You can see how much further closed he is than A-Rod right there in that shot. Okay, now he's going to go into rotation once his heel's down. So his knee has further to travel because he didn't open it up so much. So he's going to knee roll out more, and as he's rolling his front knee outward, his left knee, his rear knee is driving down, and elbow hits the slot, and here he goes into hip drive. See how he snaps his front leg straight, okay, and drives his back hip. You can see his hips almost like lifting, okay, and his back foot doesn't come off the ground. You can see how his tippy toe is kind of hanging on by a thread there. His tippy toe is still on the ground, but you can see how his back heel is driving forward. Alright, so you can see the position of his foot. He's just keeping his toe on the ground, but he's definitely hip driving up through the baseball, as you could see that there. Alright, so there's two more guys, an example of proper lower body mechanics.